I've heard a lot of good things about Twin Peaks from movie nerds and people like that, but I've never actually seen it.
The first season's really good. I'd highly recommend it.
Isn't there only one season?
No, there's two.
Is
Like
there?
I think they made. Yeah, there's like a follow-up season made.
Oh.
Isn't it
Because
some?
I remember.
Is
Go
it some
ahead.
famous director who made that?
David Lynch.
David Lynch.
David
David
Lynch,
Lynch,
right,
who
right,
did Mulholland Drive and all that kind of stuff.
right.
It's very David Lynchy. I haven't seen the whole thing either. I think I made it through like 3 or 4 episodes, and then it was just. But I've heard nothing. But it's supposed to be one of the best. Well, season 1 is supposed to be one of the best TV series out there.
I don't think
It's
that much.
3
David Lynch stuff.
seasons.
Was it 3 seasons? But what did they do, like season 1 and 2 in the 90s, and then season 3 like in the 2000s or later or something like that?
Yeah, so it was 90 and 91 for season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then season 3 was like recent.
Okay.
2017.
They did do like I remember hearing about like a reboot or whatever. So.
Oh, okay.
It's like I didn't watch it until probably like 5 or 6 years ago. But when I did watch it, I was like, what the fuck? This came out in 1990? Like, what were people thinking of this show? Like, it seemed wacky to me. And I was like, yeah, I don't get, this is probably way ahead of its time when it came out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a weird ass show. I recommend it.
Although, like I think the only David Lynch movie that I've seen is that Dune movie that came out in 2000, maybe.
A lot of the same actors are actually in the show.
Or wait, did he make the one in that one? Or wait, no, he made the one in the 80s, right?
Did he?
Yeah, the one with the 80s.
Oh yeah, I started watching that and bailed because it was too fucking weird to me.
David Lynch's Dune isn't actually that weird. If you actually read the book, it's not that weird. There's some weird stuff in it, but it's not. It doesn't stray that far from the source material. I guess there are some weird things like the bald women and some other things like that, but it's mostly very close to the source material.
Oh, okay, maybe it's more weird because I haven't read the book, and it's weird to see those things visualized, especially if you haven't read the book, perhaps.
Yeah, it's some people, it's kind of like a love-hate thing with that movie that a lot of people have. Some people really hate it. Some people love it. I thought it was okay. I didn't mind some of the liberties that David Lynch took with the movie.
Okay.
Because I know they're redoing it, right? It's supposed to come out sometime this year, or I don't know if it got delayed or not, but I know they were working on it, or it's set to be released soon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're gonna redo the first book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll read the book. That's one of just tons of books that I hear highly recommended but haven't read yet. But since I read so much, I definitely will get to it, which is nice.
Yeah,
you played that
Dune book is very good.
Chris? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just asking Chris if he's played that game that Dusty mentioned.
No, I've been addicted to Warzone lately, which is Call of Duty, if you didn't know, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty Battle Royale type of thing.
Right on.
Okay.
No,
So
but Deadly Premonition's old. It came out in 2010. Well, I was saying that the first Dune book's really good, and then they slowly get weirder and unappealing. Like, I can always recommend the first book. I can never really recommend any of the others.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you want to follow the story, you can, but they just get really weird and almost I can't really talk about them because they're really just each one is actually a descendant of the main character of the first book, and weird shit just starts happening in these books where I was like, oh, maybe that's why David Lynch took this on. It's like you just look at the cover of God Emperor Dune and you're like, what the fuck is this? But the first book's amazing, and I can tell a lot of authors after that book came out were heavily influenced. Like I know Robert Jordan was probably influenced by Dune. Um,
Oh, cool.
uh, you could tell he was just by how everything is set up. So yeah, it's interesting.